Everybody, I'm afraid here we've another sad 6LXB. She won't turn, she's completely seized. I suspect that she's been left, in fact I know that she's been left outside for some time. Whenever we went to dismantle her, there was actually briars and grass and things growing up through her. So it's little wonder that she won't turn. I have a strong suspicion that she's seized on number 4, possibly also on number 3. Last night I poured kerosene down in all cylinders, and this morning the kerosene had gone down in all but number 4. Number 3 it had largely also gone down. But it can happen that the diesel doesn't work. On this 4LK here, we've had it soaking in diesel literally for years, and it hasn't been effective. So we'll have to take the approach that I'm going to outline in this video again with this engine. So the plan is to restore this engine. How are we going to do that? The plan is we're going to raise her up, drop the sump, undo the conrods, and when we lift the block up, hopefully conrods and all will come up. We have here a 30-ton press, so we can push out the pistons, fit new liners which are readily available, and in no time at all we'll have this engine running again. I'm really quite confident of that. Head number 1 seems to be okay, although the bores are worn. The kerosene has gone down there quite readily. Number 2 seems to be okay. Number 3, she looks seized in it, but the kerosene did go down around those edges there. Number 4 is fairly grim. I'd be pretty sure it is seized. Number 5 seems okay, and number 6 seems okay. A lot of bolts around the sump. I've forgotten how many, but there's a lot. Some of them will put up a big fight, particularly that one there, before the sump will come off. We've taken off all the nuts around the block from those studs there. Again, they were pretty tight. We had to use a long spanner and a lot of force to get them off. These 3/8 don't, generally speaking, give any bother at all. They'll come out no problem. Here the old sump is still on, and we're just lifting her up so that the whole lot is at a comfortable working height. Sump off. I'm going to try sump off. I'm going to try and go in there and take that end cap off, and possibly this one as well. Our problem is that we can't lower the crankcase back down into a sump because of this, the tube coming up for the oil pump, plus all the pipe work that's running along there. So what I do is I find another sump with no gauze, and I find another sump with no gauze and lower it down into that. It's dead handy. Simply fixed with cable ties. We can lower the crankcase down then, and we can pull up the block. So simple. Here we've got the sump dropped, and lo and behold, look what's inside. Isn't that incredible? I do assure you that's not one of our screwdrivers. There's no way that we could afford a screwdriver like that. Now, the sump, of course, has the usual sludge in it. That'll not be a problem. We'll drain that all off and dispose of it properly. We'll have to do a bit of persuading here. We'll have to do a bit of persuading. So there you can see the 2 conrods, and you can see that number 3 was not seized as I suggested. Number 4 is still rock solid in there, so we'll have to use the press to push that out. There you can clearly see the conrods hanging down free of the block. With this engine, well, there's a lot of brown on the shells, so they're by no means pristine, but look at this piston. I think this is number 3. Look at the state of the ring, completely gone. So this poor engine, how it's been running at all, I really don't know. The crankshaft is rotating, no problem. So there's no big issues there. I can see we have the engine completely dismantled now. We won't bore you with taking off the end plate and taking out the crankshaft and so on. That's everyday work for us. That's no problem at all. But you can be assured that we'll put in a new crankshaft, new pistons, new injector pump. Everything will be done. Everything will be checked, and I'm really, again, quite confident that this will come out to be quite a good 6LXB. Equally so, I'm really unsure how this screwdriver could have got into the sump. It's making no sense to me at all. I repeat, it's definitely not one of ours. This screwdriver was in the sump whenever this engine arrived here. I can't see how anybody could have left it in by accident. Perhaps there's somebody out there watching this video who'll say, ah, that's where that screwdriver went to. I doubt it. Another possibility is sabotage. Disgruntled employee, maybe. I really don't know. A mystery. Thanks a lot.